Meteorologist Matthew East here in the Weather on the One's Forecast Center. It is the Friday edition of our Carolina weather video here for the September the 11th. And we'll take a look at how things are shaping up this morning. A very quiet start to the day here around the Carolinas. But boy, a messy day up in southern New England. This is an area of low pressure that actually is the same low that brought all the flooding to the North Carolina coast early this week. It's meandered around over the Atlantic and really tightened up in its presentation and moving into southern New England today. That is a look at the radar there across New England. And notice there in the southern part of New England, this is the radar imagery from 5:20 this morning. The center of that low pressure moving right into the Delmarva Peninsula in southern New Jersey. As I'm cutting this video, a tornado watch covers much of New Jersey and Connecticut, much like with a landfalling tropical system. Now again, this is not a landfalling classified tropical system, but boy, it has the look and the feel of a tropical storm making landfall up in southern New England today. A lot of messy weather, travel delays, rainy, squally conditions there at many sites there through southern New England, and that'll be moving into parts of Pennsylvania and western New York State with time over the next 12 to 24 hours. But we're in great shape. It's going to be a beautiful day here in the Carolinas. A lot of Piedmont high temperatures today, close to 80 degrees. Pretty low levels of humidity and much more sunshine today than what we saw yesterday. Should be a dry day today. There's the rain with that low pressure moving into New England off to our north, and a lot of moisture continues to cause lots and lots of rain in the southern plains and the lower Mississippi Valley. But we're sort of in between those two areas, so we have a great weekend forecast on tap. Tomorrow, for Saturday, we'll warm up toward the mid-80s for highs. Should be a dry day in the Piedmont. Can't completely rule out a shower in the eastern part of the state tomorrow afternoon, but those chances there even look pretty low. Sunday will be dry. High temperatures still in the mid-80s on Sunday afternoon. Going out to Monday, still have all this moisture off to our west. Still looks like a dry day Monday, but probably a little bit more in the way of cloud cover filtering in. And still some uncertainty. The GFS is by far the wettest of the models for next week. Now, the Canadian and the European are on board at times with some rain chances next week, just not to the extent of the GFS. And so what I've done with this morning's package is for Tuesday, I've left the forecast mainly dry, but I have brought in some shower chances there on Wednesday. And notice the GFS, it really shows a nice cold air damming signature setting up Wednesday into Thursday. That's Wednesday. That's Thursday. So if the GFS were to be right, we could very well have some 60s for highs with a couple of rainy days there as we go through Wednesday and Thursday. But I think it's a little overdone with the rain chances. So for this morning's package, again, what I've done is I've brought in some shower chances Wednesday and Friday, and a lot of cloud cover for a good chunk of next work week. So just be aware that there'll be some shower chances somewhere in there, but the timing of it next week is still a bit of a question mark, unfortunately. And we'll see our high temperatures trending downward as we go through next work week. Monday's highs up into the 80s, trending down at least into the 70s as we go through next week. All right, into the tropics. As I'm cutting this video early on Friday morning, Fred's still a hurricane, but it will probably lose that hurricane status later today. And a couple other areas we're watching. I'll get into that here in just one quick second. First of all, there's Fred. Not nearly as organized as it was a couple of days ago. Southwesterly shear taking a toll on the system. And also, it's not moving very much, so you're getting some upwelling of the water that's also weakening the system. And that's the computer model guidance, some of the computer model guidance anyway. Fred will continue to weaken, probably becoming a remnant low by Monday or Tuesday. And as it becomes weak and becomes really just a low-level type of swirl of a system, it could bend back off to the west-northwest. And that'll be something we'll have to watch for way down the road. But again, as it makes this westerly turn, it's not really going to be anything of significance. It would have to completely regenerate to be a concern down the road. That's the National Hurricane Center forecast. They do bring it down to a depression by early Tuesday morning and then just a remnant low as we go through Tuesday and Wednesday. And finally, we'll take a look here at the Gulf of Mexico. We're watching this area in the western Gulf. Some computer models try to develop something down in there, but nothing certainly imminent. And it looks like the chances of getting any type of significant development down that way are pretty low. And that other area that was highlighted that you saw, of course, that's our area of low pressure moving into southern New England. All right, that's it for today's edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Have a great weekend coming up. A safe weekend. The weather will be great, so get out and enjoy it. Have a great weekend, and God bless.